It really sucks to be a Nintendo fan simply because of the fact that, now stupid decisions have to affect even things like the background music. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, okay, so now, like, for me personally, I would not pay for background music. I could just go ahead and put background music of my own and it is put it right there. It's no issue, especially where I know how to edit things. Especially if I'm trying to do a playthrough of Metroid Prime 4, which I really wish I had, but I could add in background music. The fact that you're holding it behind an Amiibo, like that's greed on a level that I don't even understand. Like that's like me playing God of War on PS5, right? And if I want certain background music for God of War, I have to buy a certain color controller. Do you understand how ridiculous that sounds? Do you understand how ridiculous that is? And here's the thing. If we can honestly say this, a lot of Nintendo's products when it comes to game-wise have been on the level of subpar to decent. Like, or even have been some good games. Like, for instance, the Donkey Kong game I heard is amazing. Even Metroid Prime 4 I heard is absolutely amazing. I'm hearing, like, if, like, here and there about the new Pokemon ZA, even games that have been on the Switch one, like, originally are pretty decent. Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, I would say Brilliant Diamond. Decent games that have been here and there. Fire Emblem Three Houses. And this could be a thing, and people will buy these games not just simply because of the title, because they're decent games to play, even decent games to enjoy and relax and play. But here's the problem with this: when you lock behind a paywall for basic things like background music, it is way off, and it goes to a point where it's like, I'm not even gonna buy this. Or if not, even if you're a super fan, some of these people will find a way to put background music behind the freaking thing, but they're locking it behind an Amiibo. But apparently there's more to this. You get 99% damage free shield for 1 day. What? Like, even my plushie has a hard time believing this. You see what I mean? Now, here's a crazy thing about this. It's like, I'm a content creator, right? I will play games from any system. I'll play on PC, I'll play on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. Might get myself a Steam machine if it works out. Watch, I'm going to show you this. Imagine me, and I'm on my Switch right now, right? I'm playing all these games here. All bought games, all games that are also free to download as well. Imagine me going ahead and having to want to use this system, but then later on, and this is what Nintendo does, not just Nintendo, PlayStation and Xbox does, they will go ahead and discontinue function or discontinue any type of, some type of support for the first generation system for you to buy the next one. So somewhere down the line, I'm gonna have to buy a Nintendo Switch too. But here's the thing, like with some of the decisions that Nintendo is doing, especially with this paywall for background music, it's kind of hard to want to go ahead and buy it just simply because I want to buy it and enjoy it. I want to go ahead and do content for this. Like, I have a stream of Tears of the Kingdom right now. I have a stream of Mario and Luigi Brothership right now. I still haven't finished my Mario and Rabbids the Rayman DLC. Like, it's weird. I even still have a freaking a playthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I haven't done that in years, and I want to do it. But it gets to a point where it's like, now when they discontinue stuff like that, and I want to do things like the new Donkey Kong game, or I want to do things like the new Mario Kart game, and then they lock it behind the idea of just the system alone, that is going to be bad. That is going to be an issue, because I don't want to give the money to a company who's going to go ahead and lock behind music in a paywall. Background music in a paywall? Like, I would understand it on this aspect. Let's say if I'm playing Resident Evil 2, right? I'm playing Resident Evil 2, the remake. Resident Evil 2. You got the new BGM for it, the new background music, which sounds amazing. But then, of course, they sell the original background music from the original 2 separately for like $5 or $10. I can understand that. But you're locking behind the whole, like, one section. I believe it is just one section with the motorcycle. One section behind a paywall. How terrible can you do that? And in order to do so, you have to buy the Amiibo. Wow. At least Skylanders comes with 2 freaking Skylanders that you can play as. Here's the thing. You don't get the Amiibo with the game. Like, you don't get it unless you get like a special edition, but you don't get the Amiibo with the game. This is insane from Nintendo, and literally I don't know how to feel. I really don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. I feel like this is the dumbest choice Nintendo has to do, and Nintendo has to do way better than this. And I even heard that there's a possibility of a new Pokemon game after ZA, which is a brand new section, a brand new region, brand new 3 starters, and it will be insane. Because they even get to a point where it's like they lock behind Mega Evolutions unless you do a certain amount of rank battles. Locking behind certain things that were basic things from prior games is weird. Nintendo has to do 10 times better, bro. Especially when you're locking behind background music. That needs to be a thing. Ambience needs to be a thing. You know, like emotion from music needs to be a thing. But I don't know. Nintendo needs to stop messing up. Nintendo needs to stop this until it's gonna get to a point where people are gonna go ahead and start like rebelling against this, and it's gonna be hilarious.